Hey everybody, and welcome back to It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. Today we're going to be showing you how to make Navajo stew. Cue the music. Alright, well welcome back and thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate you joining us from whatever platform you're watching us on. Like I said, we're going to be making Navajo stew, but before we get into the recipe and the ingredients, I want to just share with you how I got this recipe. One of the ladies that's a tenant at the building I work at gave me this recipe on this little card. It's got the recipe on it, and she didn't give it to me to share it with everybody here, but I just asked her if I could bring it to life and share it with everybody, and she said certainly. And she also gave me this card, kind of explain what the recipe means to her. So it's Navajo stew by Cindy in memory of Dad. This is a good hearty protein meal loved by my dad. This was cooked on his hunting trips to have a good meal, a good warm meal after a hunt. So this is kind of a story behind it too, which is kind of cool. But it's a recipe yields a lot, so I kind of cut it in half, and I didn't really do anything. I didn't change anything, except I added just a little salt and pepper into the recipe just to help bring out the flavors a little bit more. But here you go. Let's drop down here and see what our ingredients are for this. We got 1 pound of ground beef, half of an onion diced, 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning, 1 tablespoon of ranch dressing mix, 1 can of pinto beans, 1 can of black beans, 1 can of kidney beans, and you can see that they've all been drained and rinsed off, and I just mixed them together. And then you got 1 can of Rotel tomatoes and 1 can of diced tomatoes. So with that, let's head over to the stove and start making this up. As always, we have our mise en place with all of our ingredients. We got our beef, onion, ranch, and chili seasoning. We got our spoon to stir everything up. A little bit of salt and pepper there in the back. Our beans and our tomatoes are all ready to go. So let me focus on our pan and we'll start cooking. All right, you just want to turn on your heat for a medium to medium high. I'm gonna let this start browning off. Get a little bit of color on there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw our onions in there. Help perfume that meat up a little bit. And at this point, I will add a little salt and pepper as well. All right, just let this brown down and get cooked off. All right, our beef is browned off. So the next step, I'm gonna add the chili powder, or the chili seasonings, and our, and our ranch seasonings. Stir that in there until it gets fragrant. And we just basically put everything else in there. Stir it up. Now the tomatoes, you want to leave the juice in though. Put those in. And the diced tomatoes. Got everything in there. Now I'm pretty sure this is meant for a crock pot because it says to let it cook for 2 to 6 hours. So I am going to cover this and leave a little bit of a thing there, and then I'm going to turn it down to a simmer, and we're going to let this cook for about an hour, hour and a half before we see what it looks like. All right, it's been about an hour and a half actually. This is cooked down. Man, this smells really, really good, and it looks awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and bowl this up. We're gonna meet you back over on that table. We're gonna take a bunch of pictures of this. We're gonna give this a taste. Don't go away. beautiful. Give you a good idea what this is going to be like when we taste it here. There's a shot on that camera there. Another one right here. Still pretty hot. And just oh yeah. A lot of flavor there. The chili powder and that ranch seasoning gives it a pretty unique little flavor there. Almost like you poured a little bit of ranch in there to smooth it out with some creaminess there. And the dill. But the hamburger, the tomatoes, those beans are just melting in your mouth. Get another one here. Yeah, this is good. Now you can serve it with rice, or on top of rice, or rice on the side, or without rice. I chose to just go without rice because it's like a bowl of chili almost. But probably 2 or 3 bowls of this after you get back after about 12 hours of sitting out in the rain, in the mist, and trying to get a deer. And it tastes even better if you got something when you shot something too. So thanks a lot, Cindy, for sharing this recipe. I hope I brought it to life for you. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
These rappers don't listen, well let me show them something. You hear that beat bumping from the soul kitchen. Now what you fixing up? Good food, soul food, come and pick it up. These rappers don't listen, well let me show them something. You hear that beat bumping from the soul.